always tug on that before you lift up the jack stands. It will save you in the long run. This thing's been sitting here all winter long. I put it back here in probably October or so. I haven't touched it since, and it's pretty good. It's almost April 1st, and she's moving very slowly, but she's moving. This thing's just gonna fit in here, so I wanna make sure. Probably should have. It's got some snow on it, but oh well. We're gonna need to kick it over this way, eh? Alright, what's up everybody? So we got something a little different today. This is our 48-foot wedge trailer, tri-axle, all aluminum. Other than it's got a little bit of a subframe back there for the axles and a little bit of a subframe here. But we use this trailer to haul a train on it, like a choo-choo train, that's about 45 foot long. So this trailer is just big enough for it. Well, the problem with it is it works great for hauling this thing. I'll put a picture in there maybe of it, just so you, well, then you got that thing. All right, where was I? So anyways, we haul our train and stuff on this trailer here, and it works great for all that. But to unload it, it is very difficult to do by yourself. It's almost impossible to do it by yourself. So you have to have about 3 people, 1 to drive the train and 2 other people to maneuver the wagons off the trailer as well. And it works, but it's a real pain, especially if I don't have anybody there to help me, then that's a real problem. So I want to build some ramps off the front of this thing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna attempt to, this is some engineering above my pay grade, but we're gonna go for it anyways. We're gonna build a set of ramps here. They're gonna come off the front of this trailer, so we're gonna have to cut all this stuff off, obviously. We're gonna cut down. We're gonna leave all this radius here. We're gonna cut this down across so it's level with the deck. I'm gonna cut it right along that, flush. So the train's only 4 foot wide, so it'll more than fit between this. Cut that off, and then we're gonna put a plate across here and have a ramp. And I don't know if we're gonna do like 2 6x6 footers or 2 8 footers. But we're gonna do it's gonna have to be 2 pieces. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna hinge off the front of the trailer, and it's gonna lift up. So it's gonna be 6 to 8 feet high in the front. We're also gonna hook into the hydraulics, and we're gonna put a hydraulic ram on it that'll hydraulically lift it up and down. And then you just got the other ramps that come down will dangle. So let me kind of figure this out, and I'll let you guys know, or I'll show it to you how we're gonna do it, because obviously me explaining it probably doesn't make any sense in some ways. So here we go. All right, so on the wedge trailer here, we've got our pieces cut out and everything for it. I am self-teaching myself how to TIG weld aluminum. And if you've never done it, yeah, it's very difficult to do. I am slowly learning how to do it. It's going to take a long time before I'll ever be good at it, if I ever get good at it. But I think I can make this work, or whatever. But it is very, very frustrating to do this. So yeah, I spent several hours welding this contraption thing up and working on that, and then I started piecing this thing together here and doing that. So yeah, here we go. So back on the wedge trailer, so we're pulling this 5th wheel plate out, and we're gonna put this gooseneck style in here with the offset. I think, let's see here, I do believe this offset is a 16-inch offset. For my truck, it's okay with the big truck, but you definitely can't haul this with a short box. So we're kind of trying to switch it over, so you could maybe do it. We'll have to find out. I don't know if it'll actually work on a short box or not, but we're gonna try it anyways. I got a friend that he wants to borrow this trailer, and which is fine. He bought the hitch actually for us, but anyways, I wanted to convert it over to the gooseneck anyways. We had some really bad height issues when we have our train on here. It was actually at 14 foot, and obviously you got to be 13.6 or lower legally to go down the highway, or you'll start hitting stuff in the air. So we lowered it down the best we could. I actually bought a different hitch or a fifth wheel hitch from somebody and put it in to get it working. But we want to get this switched over to a gooseneck. I think it'll be a little easier to deal with, and we don't have to move the fifth wheel hitch in and out of the truck, because the truck I normally pull this with, I take the box on and off in it to put the hitch in it. We'll show you that eventually, what we do there. And so it's just easier not to have to pull the fifth wheel hitch out of the truck all the time. If you've ever dealt with a fifth wheel hitch, you'll understand how much of a pain in the ass it is to take them in and out. So the gooseneck plate stays in the truck at all times, so I don't have to worry about it. I just gotta take the box off, back underneath this, and go. So, and we wanted to move the trailer back just a little bit too. So, trying to get this put in here. I had to cut off over there. You can see the extra piece because it only goes up so high in there. I had to cut that off. And there's holes in this pipe, but they're they go through this way, and because of these gussets, you got to do it this way. So we got to drill a hole in this and get a pin in it. Once we do that, I'm gonna pull the fifth wheel hitch out of my other truck. We're just gonna see if it'll go in that truck or not and work, and kind of go from there. So here we go. Not too shabby. I know it's not real bright in here, but it'll look too bad. I think it'll work. That was much faster than drilling it. I hate drilling. All right, there we go. All right, so we got the hinges in or whatever. We got a box of hinges over there. We're gonna do probably 3 on this, one on either end, one in the center, I'm thinking. So I'm getting it welded on here. We'll finish weld it and weld it from the back side eventually. I'll go all the way around it and stuff. But I want to make sure this is going to work. It's not going to bind up because this thing ain't perfectly square. My fault. So I know it's real light on some of these tack welds, but so it's kind of here. I just want to, now that I got that kind of welded in, I want to fold it up and make sure it's going to work. So here we go. All right, so they're stuck together. I'm obviously, like I said, not a professional welder at all, especially aluminum. All right, guys, so we're back on the ramp project for the wedge trailer. So I'm having a hard time getting the inside of these welded, and I'm doing these with a TIG welder, which, don't look at them, they don't look that great, but whatever. But the inside, I'm just having a hell of a time with it. So we've got the Lincoln 256 here, MIG welder, and we're gonna try something. So I have a liner here and a roll of aluminum wire, and we're gonna put it inside this thing and try to do it like a standard MIG welder would be instead of using a spool gun. We looked up the spool gun for this thing. It's about $2,000 for one. And I'm not ready to spend that kind of money. I might as well pay somebody to just kind of finish the welding for me at this point. So, but I'm being persistent and wanting to do it myself. So we're gonna try this instead and see if it will work. Now, the one big thing with this is this lead is going to have to be as perfectly straight as possible because the aluminum will ball up inside the rollers very, very easily. We are gonna run a 0.035 aluminum wire. This is the 5356. It's a little harder tensile strength or whatever. So let's find out what happens. Let's get this put in. Of course, there's always garbage on top of these things because, you know, they're a workbench. Move all the crap out of the way. Come on. All right. Take a little cleaner off. Yeah, we can leave that in, I guess. Apparently, I'm gonna have to get some wire. Those were that low. Oh, shoot! Bugger! Try not to do that. Come on. There we go. Come on. There's man. There we go. Cheerio. Hey. There we go. Alright. I don't remember what we got on here. I think that's 3.5. Isn't it? Yeah. So. I'll be honest, I don't quite remember how to do this, so we're winging it here, boys. Oops. Mind you, I am doing this with the machine off. Just keep that in mind. Or unplugged, I should say. Okay. Really? Okay. So I should be able to. What the hell here? No special trick to this, I don't think. Hey, the Allen screw. Take it out, dummy. If you're wondering, it's a 2mm Allen screw apparently. Look at that. Helps a lot when you do that. Come on, baby. Don't think. Is there anything we gotta do up here? They're just not. Wind it all up. Whee! I don't know why I'm so excited today, but I'm in a good mood, I guess. Let's keep that up. All right, old liner out. Obviously, we want to keep this. There's no point in throwing it away, because, well, I'm gonna need it for the next one, or back in for dull steel. Throw it wound back up here. Oh. Without pinching it. These liners aren't super expensive, but there's no point in ruining it. Ruining it. I really don't have a stutter problem, but yeah. Look at that. Fancy. So this has got a little plastic insert in it where this is not got it. It's, you can see that, I don't know. There's no plastic insert. So that's the difference between them. They're essentially the same other than that. So let's see. If this works, this might be a whole separate video at this point. Just for the hell of it. Whoa! Looks about the same length. Try not to put this on the ground. You're all fucking dirty like I already did. Dummy. God dang it. Alright. Feed this bad lad in. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. This main whip, the lead and trigger and stuff isn't that old. They're a little newer. I replaced it not that long ago. We had some issues with it. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Oh, shit. Don't do that, baby. Oh, yeah. Take this whip off here. Come on. Oh, you bugger. I know, I don't have the right tools. I don't want to walk over there and get them. Ouch. Tip off. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Tighten up old Allen here. Whee! Click, 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 click. Must be tight, right? Maybe. This thing's a little long, so I'm gonna say we're gonna have to cut this off. That's entirely too long. Whoop, see? Fucking hit you even. With that. We got it in. Took a minute, I just had to take that apart, obviously. So, as you can see, it's long. Take your diffuser. What I'm doing, this is kind of how I'm doing it. Just putting it up there, kind of just marking it just a little bit. Right there, you want it up inside there this little ways. And we're gonna cut this off. Just like that. Just like so. Sweet. Should be good. Screw this on here. Bam, bam, thank you. Oh, a little too fast here, boys and girls. Put your little cone thing back on here. There we go. Now we can screw that on there. There we go. Click, click. Okay. Now, we just need to get some new ends here for it, which I got some. I just got to put them in. So, all right. I got this tight, everything's good there. So we're gonna go put this back in the machine, feed the aluminum through it, and we'll start there. All right. Now I got our roll of aluminium. You wanna get real crazy on the wordage. So shiny. Stick around the old spool here. Pull some shit out of right here. Oh yeah. There. Clip back on. God, I love these big spools. Can't stand the other ones. All right. Well, of course, dummy. Always on the back side of these. There we go. Let's gotta get a cutting device here. There we go. Come on. Open up. Oh. A little jagged on the end of that. Stick her on through. Oh yeah. Perfect. Perfection. So exciting. Thing's all dirty. Okay. Clamp that down. Okay. Now if you look, so this actually does have solid wire, aluminum, steel, stainless, and then your other stuff here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to that. It says, what does it say here? Number 2. So let's roll her out here. Right there. Tug on her a little bit. See, it'll move. Yep. So about there. All right. Let's go get this thing plugged in and see what she does. We gotta change the tank too. You do have to change the tank to pure argon, I believe it is, which the TIG welder's got it right there. We just gotta swap these tanks. So here we go. Well, it came out, so let's see what we can come up with. Okay. Apparently that's too hot. Okay, not much penetration, I'm gonna say. A little more heat. I know it's dirty, I'm just trying here. There's another one down. Alright. So we're getting somewhere finally. This is where we started with, kinda. That's kinda where I'm getting with it. Trying to, if it lay down like that, I'll be pretty happy with it, as long as it's not doing that. We're getting there. Looks like I'm at 365 for wire feed and 19 volts. The gas, I'm running at about 20 right now. So maybe we're gonna clean up something else and try her again. All right, me and this I-beam just don't get along. Like, I mean, some of it's okay, some of it's not, some of it's really bad. I went back to a test piece. I mean, I feel good about the flat stuff, kinda, you know, if I was doing this or whatever, but Me and this interior shit, like if it would just do that the entire time, it'd be fine, but I'm not sure what's going on. It's aluminum. It's terrible, especially this I-beam. If this was C-channel, I'd probably be done by now, but this I-beam, I just can't get in there and do a very good job. So I'm gonna call it a wraps on this video, and the next video we'll be sheeting it and putting it on the trailer, I think. That's what we're gonna do. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. We'll get this figured out one way or another, and I'll bring you guys along. Bye.